Hey, this is Rufus Mann. Welcome back to another drawing session as we work on another D&D inspired character. Let's get to it. This is the original thumbnail or sketch. I like to keep it loose in the beginning and then add more specific details on the inking layer, which I've put over the sketch as I've reduced the opacity, and I can focus more on the specific line work and expression of the piece. Some artists are very descriptive and detailed with the pencil phase, and I have total respect for that. And there's a lot of pros and cons. One of the cons for me is that I hate the idea of drawing the same thing twice. I really enjoy just a nice loose sketch in the beginning because it has a certain energy to it, and I don't want to lose that as I add the details. Everyone has a different process, and there are other artists I'd like to follow that can follow a certain style that resonates with my philosophy, others that are very different. I think there's things to learn from all kinds of perspectives, which is why I think it's very important to make sure that you learn from different artists. You might have a favorite or a couple, but there's always others you can learn from as well. Uh, I also kind of tweak things with selecting certain parts and using the transform tool like I did for the sword. When you're doing a freestyle drawing like this, it's important to respect the process of split-second decisions and letting the piece evolve as it goes. Not everything has to be predetermined right away. For example, the loincloth piece. I was kind of thinking, oh, well, I'm kind of getting the vibe that she's a make do with what you got kind of gal. She will take the skin and the corpses and other body parts of her victims or latest meal and waste not, whatnot. In this case, some very fashionable, cod piece there. So, there's a little bit of whimsy and humor I like to add to my work, but there's also intentionality to it. I want it to fit the character. And as the sketch evolves, so does the character. And I start coming up with a backstory. Like, this could be like her little keychain memento, little creature she likes. Maybe one that she was like, this one was kind of cute. I stepped on him, but, he'll make a really cute accessory. How do ogres slash goblin women warriors accessorize? I mean, they're still ladies. Why can't they have jewelry too? But her personality is really coming out. She's clearly intense. Maybe she's having a really intense day. She's about to throw it down. But so much can be conveyed in the character with how they compose themselves, how they dress, what their expressions are, and I want to have my work convey a story. I enjoy stories. I enjoy telling a story, and I really respect and admire artists that tell a story through their work as well. Maybe without necessarily even meaning to. Not everything has to have a specific direction, but if you're a natural storyteller, you're going to add elements that convey more than just shock value or what you think is expected. For the mace, there is a little technique, a little trick that you can use. I made a grid over the ball, and then from there, a central point to then extend where the spikes are going to come from. Now, this is not by any stretch of the imagination the official way to do things or an effective execution. It's very organic. It's not following exact dimensions or like proportions and stuff, and that's okay. That's kind of the idea with this particular character, but I still wanted to use that tool to convey, okay, I have a general sense of where the spikes need to go, and it looks believable. All right, at this point, we're just adding the final embellishments and details to the drawing, and then she'll be ready for coloring. So, yeah, It's looking pretty good. I dig it. And I even came up with a fun name. Grumilda. You're welcome. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and catch you next time.